Hey guys, Rodney from Clubmates Travel here. I'm here with my mate Adrian. We are here on day one of our Wings Over Illawarra trip. So we're on our way to Shellharbour to check out the Shellharbour Airshow, which is the largest airshow in the Southern Hemisphere. So we're going to see some of Australia's best pilots fly some of Australia's fastest planes, do a lot of stunts. Now I figured while we're in the military mood, why wouldn't we stop through Seymour, check out an actual Leopard tank. So this is a ASI Leopard main battle tank. So it's decommissioned by the Australian Defence Force quite a while ago now. So this is just on one of the main roads of Seymour. People wonder why there's a tank in the middle of Seymour. Now the reason there's a tank in the middle of Seymour is because Seymour is on the doorstep of an army base called Puckapunyal, which is the largest artillery school in Australia. So that's why they pay homage to our Defence Force with a main battle tank. Keeping with our militaresque theme of the day, it seems, we just burrowed up the Hume and we come into Holbrook where we found a submarine. So that is the water line, they say, according to the sign, when it's sitting above water. So there'll be a lot more underneath. Obviously this one is a replica, but it was built from real parts off the HMAS Otway. So yeah. Hey guys, so we are on day 2 of the Wings Over Illawarra tour. I'm here with my mate Adrian. So we've just made the trip from inland town of Goulburn and we've just come up over the Great Dividing Range and down into Shellharbour. Gotta say, that is one of the nicest drives I've ever done. For those who don't know, the Great Dividing Range is almost a wall all up the east coast of Australia, where one side, inland side, you've got literally traditional outback Australia, deserts, and on the other side, the coastal side, it's rainforest, and that was hands down one of the nicest drives. So we've got a pretty quiet day today. We're going to go check out the Shellharbour Museum. Probably going to grab some lunch down at the beach, because can't not go to the beach when we're at the beach. We're just at the information centre at the moment. We're going to check out a few of the sites, see what they can tell us to go check out, and get into it tomorrow. So we find ourselves at Killalea Beach. Now this was named the second best beach in Australia. Now considering how many beaches there are in Australia, that's pretty darn impressive. Absolutely stunning. So we're down at the beach having some lunch when a couple of locals started talking to us. They told us we should do the trip down to the Seacliff Bridge, have a little look. So the Seacliff Bridge, it was about 50 k's out of Shellharbour where we were. Now it's an actual bridge built across in front of the face of the cliffs. Now the reason they built this was because the original road that hugged the cliff, similar to your Great Ocean Road, due to years of erosion, kept collapsing. So the decision by the government was to build what is now known as the Seacliff Bridge. In 2023, I think it was, he said, Seacliff Bridge was made famous by F1 driver Daniel Ricciardo and the Red Bull stunt acrobats. They actually filmed a commercial here, racing each other across the bridge nonetheless. Yeah. So we've decided we're going to take a little walk across this not so short bridge. Have a look at that view. Straight out to the Pacific. How's it going, guys? So we are day 3 on our Wings Over Illawarra tour. Still here with my mate Adrian. So we're coming to you from the Harbour Aviation Museum in Illawarra. So tomorrow and Sunday are our main days. We've got the air show. So today we're going to check through the museum, have a look at some old planes, and then go on for the Illawarra treetop walk this afternoon. How's that sound, Adrian? Sounds like a good day.
You'll notice that its wheels are retracting right now. Maintenance on those parts of the aircraft is just critical. They need to work exactly the same way every single time. That's all part of the regime of good.
Here we go, guys, day 4 of the Wings Over Illawarra trip. Today's the day. We are on our way to the Wings Over Illawarra Airshow, or Airshow Downunder, I think they're now calling it. Should be a good day. Hopefully the weather's going to hold off. We did have a storm come through about 4 AM. That was a pretty big storm, wasn't it, Adrian? Yeah. Alright, plenty of videos to come, and let's do it. So we have decided we're going to go on a helicopter flight, aren't we, mate? How's that sound? We excited? We're at an air show. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Adrian, was that your first time on a helicopter? Was it fun? Do it again? You want to go again? No?
He will be landing, but we will be seeing him again later on this afternoon. Dan, I believe you're going to be doing commentary with him.
I think I have, yeah. He's talking to us on the radio. I think you're right.
Additional aircraft to complement the S2Es. When the fire occurred, the order went from 4 to 16.
What's going on, guys? So we are day 5 on our Wings Over Illawarra tour. Day 2 of the Airshows Downunder Shellharbour. So we've decided we're going to come check out some of the drone racing this morning. We got a little bit of time before the main show gets started. Yesterday's weather meant a few cancellations, so with the bright skies today, hopefully we'll get to see those today. So we missed out on the parachuting in the F-35, just to name a couple. So yeah, we're over at the drone racing. Now, if you haven't seen drone racing, it is impressive. These guys here today have come through the qualifying on Friday at the careers day. They've made it through yesterday. So there is some of the best drone pilots in the country, if not the world. We have representatives here from each of the Defence Force arms. These guys, they practice on $10 million Predator drones. So these little racing drones are nothing for some of these guys. So should be interesting to watch. Hopefully we can catch some footage where you might see the drones, you might not. One way to find out, stick around.
Yeah.
By the special purpose built Mercury Trans Voyager. Beautiful top shot passport.
And the Mercury Pro was custom built and weighs in at barely 400 kilograms. However, it is powered by 400 horsepower engine, making it now one of the highest performing aircraft.
champion pilot Matt Hall in his Red Bull racing plane. Capable of pulling up to 14 Gs.
Talking this morning about how fit you have to be to actually undertake those performances. Any weight detects that. That's the odds on when you put the G on.
That weighs in at 70 kilos, and going under that 12 Gs at that point in time is weighing 840 kilos. So you've got to be quite strong to be able to stand all that.
Hey guys, so I'm here with Red Bull pilot Matt Hall. He's going to explain to us what G-force is.
So G-force is when you're changing direction, like when you spin something on a string and it wants to get going that way, but you make it go somewhere else, and you end up getting a pressure on your body, which is a multiple of what 1G is. 1G is when we're here, so if I'm at 5G, I'm 5 times my normal body weight. 10G, 10 times. I go to 12G in that display. So I normally weigh 70 kilos. At 12G, I'm 840 kilos with my body. So I have to work really hard to stay conscious because all the blood wants to run down to my feet, so I have to push it back up to my head. That's G-force.
So bigger blokes like me that weigh 150, we're dead.
1.5 tons at 10G.
Alright, thanks very much for that, Matt.
Thank you.
And you see the all red. So describing what it would be like.
See how hard those parts move. Right.
It doesn't get easier as they go on. It actually becomes more difficult because you're concentrating. And go. Reverse. The rudder, instead of giving you a lot of directional control, is also used to keep the aircraft in the position. A lot of work involved with that. A lot of concentration, and it is quite rough over.
Hey guys, it's day 6 of the Wings Over Illawarra tour. We've just made our way from Shellharbour and we've just hit Albury. We thought, why not come check out the Hume Dam, give us something to do for the afternoon for a little bit before we get checked into our accommodation. Good night's rest, and then we'll final trip tomorrow through to Melbourne. So here we are on the gate side of the Hume Dam. So this is the starting point of the Murray River. So this flows all the way down through the border of Victoria and New South Wales, through South Australia, and out into the ocean. The dam was built in 1936 when it was completed, and it helps regulate the height of the Murray. So if you find the Murray's low, it's because the gates are closed. If you find it high, it's because these gates are open. At the moment there's only 2 gates. The good thing about the gates too is that it not just regulates the height, but they can actually use that to flush out the Murray River after flooding and get rid of any debris, to make the Murray River safer for you, me and our friends to boat, fish and camp and swim on. So we're coming over to the weir side now so you can see just how high and deep that water is. Couple of things about the Hume Weir is, like so many dams when they're built, over on the eastern side around this head here there's a township called Talanga. Toolangatta was actually flooded when they finished building the dam, and they actually built it up on higher ground brick by brick. There was a few who refused to allow their houses to be relocated, and when the Hume Weir is actually low enough, you can actually see the remains of the buildings. But that is all the way on the other side today. Another interesting fact about this Hume Weir though, local legend has it that a few years ago now, a couple of local divers were tasked with checking the dam side, so they shut it all off. Yeah, just to check to make sure it was all stable and stuff. Apparently, down at the bottom, they encountered carp the size of small cars, particularly VW Beetles. Now, I don't know how much I believe that, but considering you can't fish within about 80 meters of the wall, and yeah, you can't prove that it's not there, so who knows? What do you think, mate? Would you like to see a carp that big? Yep. So we're waking up on our final morning, day 7, Wings Over Illawarra tour. Just having some brekkie down at the bakery here in Albury. How's brekkie, mate? Good? How's the holiday been, bud? Gonna come back again? Yep. So all good things must come to an end. We'll make our way back to Melbourne this morning and hopefully be there about 2ish. We'll make a few stops along the way and see what we can find.